Parents of Reddit, when did you realize something was seriously wrong with your child's teacher? I used to be one of those parents who didn't question teachers. I grew up respecting authority, assuming that if someone was hired to teach children, they were inherently good. My daughter, Lily, is 8. Sweet, shy, loves animals, loves drawing. She's never been a difficult kid, never thrown tantrums or had issues in class. So when she started telling me she didn't want to go to school because her teacher didn't like her, I figured she was just being sensitive. I told her to try harder, to be polite, and that sometimes grown-ups just have bad days. But over the next few weeks, things changed. Lily stopped drawing entirely, her sketchbook sat untouched. She barely ate, and every morning she'd cling to my arm with this look of sheer panic when I dropped her off. Then she started wetting the bed again. The guilt I feel now for brushing her off. I don't know if it will ever go away. I asked the school for a meeting with her teacher, Mrs. Langley. She was polite, all smiles, and said Lily was a little sensitive and still adjusting. She laughed and said kids that age sometimes invent drama. The principal was in the room too, nodding along like it was all routine. I left feeling uneasy but unconvinced. That night, Lily had a nightmare so intense she screamed herself awake. She told me she dreamed she was trapped in a box and no one could hear her. I asked what kind of box, and she froze, then whispered, like the one at school. That's when something snapped in me. I bought a cheap voice recorder on Amazon and hid it in the lining of her backpack. She didn't know. I just told her I'd put a Lucky Charm in there to protect her. What I heard the next day shattered everything I believed. The recording started with morning chatter, then silence as class began. Mrs. Langley's voice was sharp, sarcastic. She mocked Lily in front of the class, called her slow, dumb, even mimicked her voice when she stumbled over a word. You can hear the other kids laughing. Then comes the part I'll never unhear, a loud wooden creak, the sound of a door, and Mrs. Langley saying, maybe this will help you think about how to stop being a little brat. The door slams. There's darkness on the recording, just Lily crying, quietly whispering, please let me out. My hands were shaking so hard I could barely breathe. I went straight to the school. They acted like I was being hysterical, until I played the tape. The principal's face went white. They told me they'd look into it, but tried to downplay it, saying maybe the tape was out of context or edited. I wasn't having it. I pulled Lily out of school that day and went straight to the school board and the police. I contacted a lawyer. I even gave the story to a local news station. Mrs. Langley was suspended, and then fired within the week. I later found out 2 other parents had complained about her before, but the school handled it internally. Nothing had changed until someone had actual proof. The part that breaks my heart is this: Lily never lied. She was protecting me. She told me things were okay because she didn't want me to be upset or stressed. She was enduring abuse in silence so I wouldn't worry. I almost missed it because I trusted the system more than my own child. She still sleeps with the lights on. She flinches when someone raises their voice. But she's starting to draw again. We have her in therapy, and I'm working on forgiving myself for not seeing it sooner. To any parent reading this, if your kid tells you something feels wrong, believe them.